Hi, welcome to Joy Fido International. Now this is really exciting. My name is Joy Fido, and today I'm gonna be chatting with you with about something really exciting. Hi, I know all my Instagram friends are coming on, but yes, we're gonna be videoing this for YouTube as well as showcasing it live on Instagram. So if I'm not looking at you on Instagram, forgive me, we're videoing it for YouTube. So something really exciting has come up and I thought I should share with you because I've been away from you for some time, and I can always tell you what happened. I've been busy. You do know I'm in college right now studying travel and tourism, one of my favorite things, which is why I'm always traveling. So then I go into the exam mode, and this has been so, you know how it really grips you. So I've been really busy, but I'm back now just for a short while, but again in between I'll be coming whenever I can. So welcome on board, and we're gonna have fun today. So what's the topic today? The topic today says you are an asset to life. You are an asset to life. And where did I come up with this amazing topic? The course I'm doing, something really amazing happened, which is why I actually take time to read. I read because I want to take on knowledge. I read because I want to share knowledge with you guys whenever I do come across something. And one of the really important things that's been bugging me as a person is understanding life and understanding people, understanding us human beings is two of the biggest things that I keep searching knowledge for. And we did that 40-day program where we talked about purpose-driven life. Why are we here? We've been sharing that again recently just to remind us again where we are with life. So my biggest focus is what is life and what are we doing here as people. So I tend to look into anything that touches that point, and I kind of like escalate it, and I want to pull out whatever the little bits of information hidden in there, and then I come and share them with you. So the most unique thing that happened was a course that I took on called Human Resource Management. Human Resource Management. I've talked to you about Developing Manager, which was again another course I did in my training. This Human Resource Management practically blew me away. And what is Human Resource Management? Human resource is us. We are the human resource. And that's why I'm saying you are an asset to life. Because what's been happening to us human beings is people around us tend to dampen us down. They tend to make us feel that we're inferior. They tend to make us feel we're not good enough. And this is why you see some of us, we constantly feeling down, feeling unlovable, feeling like something is not right with us. But unfortunately, that is not the truth. The truth is we all have something unique about us. I know you occasionally hear that, oh yeah, we're all different, we're all unique and all of that. Yes, that is true. And that's why you see this thing called your fingerprint. Everybody's fingerprint is different. That's why sometimes if they want to really hone down on who you are, they say, come and do your fingerprint here. We are taking a trip to China, and one of the things we had to do recently, I traveled to China a lot, and this has changed. Now we have to come and do fingerprints, so all the fingers are printed just to know who you are if anything goes wrong. And the same thing with our iris. When you travel, and then sometimes they got these passports that are iris connected, so as you get into that point of entering that country, you walk in and you open your eyes and it opens the gate for you because your eyes is unique. So everything about us, it's so different. And this is where you have to really begin to, appreciate God for who He is. For Him to create 7 billion of us and more than we are, and give us all unique things. This is really awesome knowledge. But it comes down to realizing that based on our uniqueness, naturally, God has given each of us something different. So in all of us is something unique that we bring to every table. So in your home, no matter how many of you are in that home, there's something unique about each of you. In your place of work, there's something unique about you and the rest of your team. In a country, there's something unique about you. In a community, there's something unique about you. So there's something special about each of us. And that should be appreciated. That should be encouraged. That should be grown. That should be groomed. And this is where I have been questioning and questioning. Why do we have certain race feel like they are better than the other race? And they make you feel bad because you're not a certain race. Or certain class want to make you feel inferior because they have money than you do, or because this person has more education than you do. You know, all of these things are man-made. All of these things are man-created. All of these things are things that are happening to us because somebody somewhere feels it is in my position to tell you that you are lower than me and I am higher than you. No, that wasn't what God created. Go right back to the beginning of the Bible. In the beginning, he made us from himself. God created man in his image. And there is nowhere in the Bible where God said, oh, yeah, and because you're certain features, you are unique to the other one I created. No, all of us are a part of God. And in each of us, if you remember the parable of the talent, in each of us is given us something. That parable was about you understanding that in you is God-given talent. And what happened with that parable was the man went off and gave his servants different talents and said, you do something with yours. There was one he gave 10 talents. There was one he gave, I think it was 6 or 5. And then there was one he gave 1. And what did that one with the 1 do? He just dug the ground and put it in. And then the one with 5, yes, there was 5 and there was 3. The one with 5 then multiplied his because he used his talents and then got 5 more. So that's what's going on with us. All of us have something to offer. And that's what human resource is trying to say. That we should appreciate the fact that every idea that we come up with in a place of work can only be converted to a product, can only be converted to a service, can only be converted to usefulness only when the human mind connects with that idea. And so when you go and set up a business, I'm telling you, this was some huge eye-opener for me. When you go and set up a business and you employ the wrong hands, somebody whose idea, whose intellectual, whose knowledge, whose experiences. This is why when you go looking for a job, they go, what experience do you have? Because if what you know is not connected to this line of business, you are going to make a mess of it. And this is why we need to appreciate, understand from what background people come from. If we understand that you fit into this line of business, you make the best. You turn that business around. And what they now started explaining is superior knowledge. When they say superior, doesn't mean you're better than the other person. Superior knowledge means you understand this thing better. So you understand how to run this idea better than the other person. So with your knowledge, you're going to be able to multiply this idea to achieve great results. And that's what we need to start understanding. Because if you know now, I want you to know now that you are unique. I want you to know now that you are special. I want you to know now that you go into yourself and pull out whatever that unique thing is about you and start looking into that thing. Because you can turn that thing around into an amazing business. And if you work with people who think like you, people who are seeing what you are seeing, because what it is, especially with a business is just an idea. A business is an idea. Somebody wakes up and says, what if I do this, or what if I do that? That was how it was for me with hair braiding. I thought about it. I started seeing people wearing braids all over the place. And I started seeing celebrities wearing braids. And I thought, who is doing their hair? That was an idea. And then I thought, and who is teaching the people who is doing their hair how to do hair? That was an idea. And from that idea, I then decided within myself, I'm going to go and get better at understanding hair such that I can share my knowledge with people who want to learn how to do hair. Do you see how the idea started growing? You have, as a human being, is that ability to turn ideas into reality. The Bible says, it says you have that capability to turn nothing into something. And that's what's so unique about the human being. Now, look into the Bible when God started creating, doing his creation. It was from nothing. Go into Genesis and start reading. I read Genesis chapter 1 again and again and again. From nothing, God started creating things. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. Let the firmament and this come together. And so then he created the fishes, he created the trees. So all of these things came from nothing. And that's the power you have, because you have a bit of God in you. God is in all of us. And so for the fact that we have God in us, we are able to turn ideas into reality. And this is the hidden knowledge that nobody wants us to know about. This is something people have been hiding away from us, and then we sit there and we think this knowledge is for special people. This idea of turning businesses around is for special people. This ability to become so rich is for special people. No, it's for all of us. All of us can turn ideas into anything. And this is where I keep saying what's been going on with us, especially us black people. 400 years of messing around with our thinking, being slavery, and then now we begin to think that that is normal. That is abnormal. We need to understand that we are a part of God. He created us from himself. And we are as normal as anybody. And we have the capability to turn any idea around into a business as anybody can. And this is one of the biggest things that's always worked for me. Growing up, my dad told me, you are as important as anybody. He said to me, if anybody can do anything, you can do it too. And that has stuck with me. And it's a message I like to share with anybody who wants to listen. You are as important as any human being. It does not matter what he calls himself, because you are a part of God. And that's the same for everybody. And if anybody can do anything, you can do it too. So once you have that understanding in you, that you are as capable as anybody and that you can turn any idea into anything, you are going to start allowing your human assets. That's what the human resource reminds us of. It says we are human capital, we are human assets, we are human intelligence, we are human intellectual property. You are not a liability. Everyone makes us think that we are a liability. Oh yeah, those people, they never do anything good, they're not good enough, All of that is brainwashing. All of that is to make you feel bad. All of that is to make you feel small. Because what do? They go into your mindset. They make you think that something is wrong with you. And I've seen so many people, like recently there's just been so much suicide going on. People just going to kill themselves because why? Because it's all about paying bills. It's all about I don't have money. It's all about, oh, I don't have education. I don't have. And you know what happens? We forget that we're God's creation. We forget that the reason we're here is for God's purpose. We forget that our purpose on earth is to add value to life. And you have something in you that will benefit people around you. You have something in you that will benefit people all over the world in so many ways. And this is why I feel so good, because I know there is something I can share with you, and that's why I'm here sharing. The minute you begin to understand who you are, everything changes in your life. Everything changes, because now your confidence rises. Now you know that all that's been happening to you all these years has been people trying to trample on you. Has been human beings trying to make you feel out of place. Human beings trying to make you feel inferior. Human beings trying to make you feel like you don't belong. This earth belongs to all of us. God created it for all of us. And so what my big message is today is, know that you have it in you to be great. Know that you are an asset. Know that if you go for that job interview and you don't get that job, don't go home crying over it, because there's something about you that you are not looking at. You need to pull that out. I mean, there's a story I read about. I don't know if you've heard about this company called Alibaba. And the owner of Alibaba, Jack Ma, I think he's called, he looked for work all over the place. No one gave him a chance. He tried going back to school. No one gave him a chance. This man was untouchable. No one would touch him to do anything for them. But today, he's one of the biggest billionaires that came out of China. He looked back into his hands. He realized there were things he could do. And he looked into that and changed his life. So I want you to know that you have something in you that you can go into and change your life around. And stop believing what people tell you. Because there is nothing they are telling you that is real. They are not your God. They did not create you. You are here for a bigger purpose. And that's a big message. So when I realized human resource reminding me that no business can grow without human beings, I was in shock. Because look around you. You see all these multi-billion businesses all over the place. Who do you think turns all those ideas around? It is not the machines. Because you can throw a billion robots in here, and if no human being controls them, it will come to nothing. So you need to start realizing who you are. You need to start looking into your hands and asking yourself, what value do I bring on the table? What can I add to life? That's the question you should be asking yourself. Who can I support? Who can I help? Who can I give something? And you'll be surprised the amount of things that are in your hands. Big wave to everyone. You will be surprised at the amount of things you have in your hands. I mean, look around you. Now, we get people who worry so much about money. But money is not everything, and I tell you why. You cannot just say, I'm looking for money. Don't say that. Because if you're just looking for money, you will not find money. What you need to remind yourself is, what can I give to people that they will give me money for? And this is one of the things I'm trying to teach my children. They come to me and they go, I need money for this and I need money for that. And I say, okay, so what do I get to give you money? You give something. So you give something to people and they give you money. That's how you make money. Look around you, all the businesses we're talking about, they give something to the public and the public buys it. So if you're going to work for a company, they're getting something off you. What are they getting? Your experience. They're getting your knowledge. They're getting your intellectual property. your ability to turn an idea into a physical thing. That's what they're getting of you. And it is that thing they're paying you for. Only they tie it into times. Or for XYZ number of hours, we're going to pay you XYZ. But you see, that knowledge that you're taking with you to a place of work, you can use that knowledge to create something of your own. This is what I did with braiding and hair extensions and, hair knowledge. I decided within myself, I want to share my knowledge to the world. And you see, when I give out my training, when I give out my skill of hair, people pay me for the service. That's what you can do too. You can decide within yourself, what can I give people that they will pay me for? And there are a million things you can do. They got all these ones they call personal shoppers, if you like shopping. I went to a workshop once, and this man was showing us a lady who all she does is shopping. From shopping, she now gets interviews on TVs. People wanted to hear what she thinks is the best thing to buy when it comes to what? Maybe fashion, maybe clothes, maybe shoes, maybe handbag, maybe whatever. But she's become a big celebrity from shopping. So you could be, oh, I love baking cake. So you bake cake for people. Cake baking is one of the biggest things right now. Because people always have weddings happening, people have birthdays coming up, people have anniversaries, people have remembrances, people have... So there's always something that requires someone celebrating with a cake. You could offer that. There's fashion. There's photography. There's videography. There's so much going on around us. So let it not be because someone did not employ you in a place of work, you feel so down and you hate yourself, and then you get to the point, oh, I don't want to face the world anymore. No one loves me. Everyone hates me. None of that should happen in your mind, because that's where they're operating from. This is where, and especially for those of us from Africa, this is one of our biggest issues. We take it to church. And this is one of the things I really want us to wake up from. God has given us everything already. God has given us everything. Read your Bible and you get all the messages, because I got so much messages coming out of me that I'm going to be sharing with you from time to time. God has given us all the answers. All we have to do is look into ourselves. And then we praise him and we thank him for all the wonderful things he's done for us. Because this is where it goes wrong. You go to a church and then they start telling you things. Private jets. They're dressing up to their teeth in gold. But you are taking your tiny little money and you're going to go and sow a seed. That's what they call it. Come and sow a seed. You could sow that seed in helping your life to grow, in the sense of going to gain knowledge. Because Bible said it. My people suffer for lack of knowledge. Once you have knowledge, you remember, as I'm talking about this human resource. Human resource gets superior when you give him more knowledge. Your ability to think fast gets better when you give it you challenge it. And I took on that challenge when I also went to go and learn hair from other people. Yes, they didn't teach me the way I teach now, but I decided to make mine better. But I went to ask people's opinion, because whatever you want to do in life, there's somebody who is ahead of you. So you go to that person and say, please, can you show me how you're doing it? Now, this is how life, the life of reciprocity, or reciprocity happens. You give me something, I give you something. So if you came to me and say, oh, I like the way you share your knowledge on hair, could you please share that knowledge with me? You will give me something for my time, and then I'll give you something. And that's how it works. So I took on that to improve my knowledge, to better my understanding, and that gave me something. Then now I got superior knowledge on hair. That's how it works. So with your superior knowledge in a particular area, you then become an asset. You become an asset to that thing. And that's a big message I'm trying to share with you. You are an asset, but you need to improve on that knowledge that you have. You need to better it. You need to ask yourself, what do I enjoy doing? I enjoy working with hair. And that's why I went to learn more about hair. What do you enjoy doing? Start asking yourself. So you're never sitting down there bored, sad, depressed, unhappy, you know, getting angry with your friends and your neighbors and your relatives. I hear that all the time. And you suddenly become a charity case. Lots of people want to turn to charity case. All you hear people go, can you give me money? Can you give me money? Can you give me money? It's not about money. It's about you adding value to your hands. Like what I do here, I give people knowledge with their hands. One of my students, when she came and she said, oh, I want to get really, really good at this. And I said, you already have it. It's in you. All you're here to do is to improve on it. The first stage for anything you want to do is that natural passion for it. That natural love for that thing. And when anybody comes here with a huge love for hair, my job is easy. My job is easy. Because all I have to do now is guide their hands to make it better. The hand is theirs, it's not mine. And so the minute I give you that knowledge you're looking for, you are going to do an amazing job with that. That's how easy it is. That's what I want you to take on today. That you are an asset. That there's something about you that nobody else has. And that's that thing you need to find. Because I've had students who train with me and they go, oh, but how will I make my work different? And say, you are different. Whatever ideas that come to your head, put it into life. Just do it. And I've seen amazing work from my students all over the world. Amazing creativity. I didn't teach them that. I showed them how to do it. And once I show them how to do it, then I start dreaming. That's what it is with anything you're doing. Go anywhere and perfect your knowledge in whatever you're dreaming about. That's what passion is. Once you've got that in place, the rest is easy. You're going to begin to appreciate who you are. You're going to begin to find that you are this amazing creature. I want all of us to wake up every day happy. Look forward to life. Get excited. Because you see, the thing about life is, whether we like it or not, our life will be over one day. So why then do we push it? Why then do we get so angry when there's no need for it? It's about looking for what you can do to make life exciting such that by the time it's over, you go, yes, it was going to happen anyway, so I might as well just have fun. Have fun every day. Have fun every day. Take on knowledge. Take on skills. Take on information. These are the things that will change your life. These are the things that will make you realize the potentials that you have. And I'm hoping this is touching somebody's life. I'm hoping this is adding value to your life. I'm hoping that you are learning. Because the thing with education is not just following what the textbook says. I know so many people who go to school just to pass exams. Oh yeah, and my teacher said so and so. And then you finish, and then you take that certificate and you put on the wall, and then you're still going out there looking for something else. What that means is you never learned anything. What that means is nothing. There was no value that you took from that knowledge. But see, you would know you're doing something if each time you're taught something, you pick out something from that and you say, yes, I can relate this to my life. And that's what I do every day. When I learned about the developing manager, I realized that this is something that was happening in my life. if you're not adding new value to yourself, you become what they call obsolete. You become what they call stale. And I tell you what that means. Okay, let's say for instance, you've heard about the iPhones, and now you hear iPhone 6, iPhone 7, iPhone 8. What they're doing is they're upgrading. So what's happening to you is, if you don't learn the new things happening around you, you then become obsolete. You are now like iPhone 3, while now they have iPhone 10. Do you see how it goes? I mean, there was a time they had what they call BlackBerry. Where's BlackBerry today? It's gone. It's now obsolete. No longer exists. Why? Because BlackBerry was not updating. So in yourself, if you don't learn new things that are happening in your environment, everywhere around you, people are doing new things, and you say, I don't want to deal with that, it's for young people, it's not for me, I'm not interested, you will be obsolete. You will be forgotten. So that's the message I want you to get. That's what the developing manager is talking about. You have to keep developing yourself to stay on top of things. As new things are coming, you're following it up. But I learned that from going to school. And the minute I learned that, I came and shared it with you. You need to keep updating yourself. So the same thing now with the human resource management. You need to understand that there's something about you that is so different that nobody else has. That's the thing you want to grow up. You want to grow that thing. You want to work on that thing. Because that thing, somebody out there in the world needs it. That knowledge you have, that you have locked away in your head, you need to bring it out and share it with the world. And my big take on life, which I've realized that this is who I am, is when I know, I want to share it. This is my biggest thing. I want to help work on your mind. Because your mind is where all the confusion lies. And I call it Mind Development Academy. I need us to empower our minds. Because once our minds is empowered, nobody can block us again. Nobody can sit on us again. Nobody can confuse us again. Now we walk tall. Now we're confident. Do you know the minute you allow your mind to take knowledge, you don't struggle anymore? You don't struggle anymore. One of the things I'll bring to your knowledge, I mean, it opens up itself to me. God said, of all the things you have to do, the first thing you want to do is allow him to come into your life. Allow God to come into your life. And he said, the first place you want to, the first thing you want to do with your life is allow God in there. But that's the first question you want to ask yourself. Where does God reside in you? Where does God reside? God resides in your mind. Because God is a spirit. God does not walk around town and you say, oh, look, that's God. God is a spirit. And he walks through your mind. So if anything is attacking your mind, what do you think is going on? That thing is messing around with the Spirit of God in you. So you need to come out of that mindset that's holding your mind. Anything holding down your mind is not for you. It's not for your good. Because the minute your mind is open, empowered, what you're going to find is you can tackle any problem you deal with. Any problem that comes your way will be overcome in no time. And I can tell you, it comes down to your health, it comes down to your wealth, it comes down to your family, to your friendship. Everything that you deal with in this world starts from your mind. That's why that is the first place that anybody needs to take care of you will be looking at. And I want to help you there. I want to help you understand your mind. Because that's what we've been messed around with for years, for centuries. That's my biggest take right now. My take is to help you empower your mind so you can be free to walk with God. So I'm going to leave it here today. Thank you so much for everybody who's been with us on Instagram. And of course, this video is going on YouTube, so feel free to go and watch it on our YouTube channel. And there's so much more coming your way. As usual, if you have any questions, feel free to write them down. Feel free to contact us. Our email, it's info@walterbraden.com. You can email me directly, joyfido@googlemail.com. I also have a Hotmail account, joyfido@hotmail.com. But of course, feel free to make comments. And just a little one on YouTube, we've been having problem with our comments. Somebody actually brought that to our attention from Instagram. I don't know what YouTube is doing right now, something about child protection, and it's not just our channel, it's on so many channels. I don't know what led them to do that, but feel free to email us if there's anything you're concerned about or worried about. I really want to help people understand their mind, and you know I invest so much money on understanding the mind. So much books I've written, I've read, so much videos and DVDs and CDs, and listening to all these great people who have touched life and understood that we are going to get there. We're going to get there. As long as you stay with me, we're going to understand what's going on in our lives. We're going to overcome it. We're going to empower ourselves. We're going to make life worth living. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and God bless you as always. Thank you.